I'm cold, but I still gotta rep my team. All right. So Eagles won this past Sunday, so I'm wearing this all week. But that's not why I got on here. So I'm in between deliveries. I'm just kind of waiting out here to see what kind of orders come on Brody. So this morning I did Amazon Flex, and it has been a long time since I've done Amazon Flex, and I have forgotten just how manic it can be. Oh my goodness. It's just the rush of trying to get the packages scanned and in your car, trying to get it in an orderly fashion. I forgot how stressful that can be. After doing better trucks for these few months, you can just kind of take your time with it now that you want to be there all day, but you're not rushed like that. So that was a bit harrying situation this morning, early in the morning. So I ended up taking a 6:15 Amazon Flex delivery this morning. And it was dark, so I had my headlight. Let me see if I can find it here. My flashlight here, and I figured out how to get it to turn on and off automatically. You just kind of basically tap it with your hand, and you can get it to turn on and off. Also, I have to be wise with these deliveries because the first one they sent me to, it was 6 something in the morning, and it was to a place of business. So I went ahead and did my voice search and asked what time this business opened. It said 10 o'clock, so I went ahead and skipped that and went on to the next one before. This was still like on the route before I even got there. So you definitely have to watch for that kind of stuff, kind of plan ahead. So I'm glad I caught that because I don't want to go through that, going there and then it's closed and all that jazz. But I was able to complete the route. I did a 3.5 hour. There were one that was a duplicate, label was mislabeled, so I ended up having to come back and deliver that one. But it was okay. Today it was okay. So I'm definitely going to be trying to get back in where I fit in with Amazon Flex. Part of the reason why I did get back in on Flex is because I completed my taxes a few weeks ago, and it was quite a sobering experience. I did not earn as much as I would like to have earned last year. Now, of course, going through it, I'm like, okay, kind of short here. But seeing it like that at the end, yeah, it was not looking pretty hot. So I did actually earn more than I earned last year, but it could have been a whole lot better. So I started thinking, what can I do differently? Last year wasn't nearly what I wanted it to be. Walmart Spark was no longer an option. Maybe not with this new developments in terms of the undocumented worker situation. If that kind of becomes a non-issue, I might be able to get back in, because I've said it on previous videos how just unprompted, the associates came up to me and were telling me how there were a lot of illegal activity going on with people using multiple phones, or there's some kind of like clique of people working together. I don't know how they were doing it, but if that situation kind of works itself out, then I might try to get back in on Spark. But I want to do some research on that from my area, just because I don't want to sit around and wait for Spark to do its thing. So Spark might be an option. And again, the same person is kind of like my mentor here, but she had mentioned that she was doing Amazon Spark, so she would do that and then do the other delivery. And so that has been kind of in the back of my mind. I still don't want to do like 3 a.m. or anything like that, but the 6 a.m., even though at this time of year it's still dark at 6, at least only the first hour or 30 minutes, because sometimes it takes like 30 minutes to get to the first drop. So if I can do like a 6, and then it's like a 6 to 10 or something like that, and then go on and do maybe one in the afternoon, or get on and do the better trucks, then that could be a way for me to increase my earnings. So that's just another option. And I definitely need to increase my marketing of my digital products. and then my books that I have online on Amazon. So I am going to be upping that process. So yeah, I got I gotta tighten things up. So yeah, it definitely wasn't where I needed it to be. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas, oh, before I get into that about the ideas, if you do have ideas, send me. But I did post a like a remix of Tony with Stick With Us, and he was talking about how, you know, not complaining and not being picky and things like that. So like I really heard him, and I definitely have taken that to heart. And basically, how hungry are you? How hungry am I to get out here and get these offers? So I heard you, Tony, and I am definitely being more like kicking myself. Just take it, just do it. With that being said, I did take an airspace delivery. What's today? Tuesday, Wednesday. So like either Monday or last week, I took an airspace delivery, and it wasn't ideal. It was one of those ones I would have been like, I ain't doing that. And maybe I shouldn't have. But I needed to do something. Again, not being desperate or anything like that, but just trying to get myself into the motion of taking offers, being smart with the number of miles that's included, being smart with the pay, being smart with how much fuel, you know, I'm gonna spend. Because right now it's not going to be ideal. You know, they're not going to necessarily offer $1 per mile for last mile. It's just not happening like that. In some cases it is. Like for example, Roadie, if you kind of let it play out, maybe you let it go through a few times, it will pick up after a while. But I'm not gonna say I'm gonna sit up here and just take anything and just be, you know, manhandled or anything like that. You know, trying to keep this G-rated. So I I definitely do keep that in mind, but I'm not gonna be like super picky. Get out here and take these routes. And another thing that I have started to do is actually look for a 9-to-5. I don't want to necessarily do that, but I've already put in applications and starting looking at offers online, job applications and things like that. So that is something that I'm thinking of doing in addition, that I have been doing in addition to just trying to take more offers. I did look at this other app. It's called Veyo, Veyo, and it's in Michigan. And it's kind of like a Lyft situation, so you're going to be having people. So I think I'll just go ahead and complete the onboarding process. But honestly, I'm really not committed to that at this point, because I just don't want to go back to transporting people again. But hey, if it means getting more income, if the pay is really good, like Lyft, it just wasn't working out with Lyft. I was getting throttled a lot. Yeah. So if this VO thing works, there might be something that I could just throw in the mix. So when I'm in Michigan, I can turn it on and see if they have passengers that need rides. So that's something else in the works. Update on VO. Since recording that video, I received a text message from VO, and they were stating that I needed to have a Michigan license in order to do their app. So that is not an option, because I am not going to be switching over to a Michigan license. So that is a moot point on VO. That is no longer an option. So that's basically what's been going on with me. And because I did do another airspace, that gave me more things, more tips that I wanted to express in my airspace video. So I know I've been hyping that up, but I will be producing one. I think I want to do that on my laptop, on my desktop, because it just might be easier in terms of like showing you different things. So that's part of the reason why it's taking me so long, because I have to do it at home and make sure there's no noise in the background and not being interrupted and all that stuff. So yeah, so just be looking for that. And so that's basically it. If you guys have have any tips for me for increasing my income in the gig? I don't do DoorDash. I tried signing up for that years ago, like 2 or 3 times, but I wasn't accepted. So DoorDash might not be an option. And I don't really want to do people transporting. I even talked with my insurer, and I told them I was not going to be transporting people. So if this VO thing works out, then I'm going to have to update that with them. So that is basically where we are right now, this In Pursuit community. Let me know how you guys are doing out there. And it's 25 degrees. And I'm trying to get back home before the snow hits. It was supposed to start around noon. Then I saw a gentleman, I just did a drop off, and he said that they said it was going to start at 2. So maybe I have a couple more hours before the snow starts come down. I definitely do not want to be in a whiteout situation trying to drive home. So y'all be safe out there with these roads and in this wintertime, and I will see you in the next one.